I just remember fucking Seth had a pulpit. Jesus Christ. All right.
What is up, guys? This is Mark with the mic, and this is another Wrestling Babble podcast by cyclone. I'm Mark with the mic. I'm joined by Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
So, a lot of shit going on this week. We have a weekend wrestling. We have NXT Portland to review.
Yes.
We have a lot of toys. We'll probably be doing a lot of toy talk within this cast with the wrestling stuff, and then get spread cast with everything else. So there's a lot of toys came out. A Toys Fair was yesterday and today. Still going on now.
Fair 2020.
2020 is in the Jacob Javits Center.
Nice.
And yeah. So
well, for those that don't know what that is, what is it? A toy fair?
Toy Fair is pretty much a trade show.
Okay.
So if you have a trade in toys, like your own stores and shit like that, you could get invited to go to these, or have a business that runs with toys, or like eBay business, things like that. So I'm actually looking into it, so we could actually probably possibly go if we could get our name in there and have our thing as a kind of a business kind of thing. We could possibly go. So we're gonna work on that. I want to see some toys and get some freebies.
Let me review this Ninja Turtle figure for you.
Exactly. And then get me more into trying to find these figures and doing unboxings and things like that. And I'm only, honestly, I'll say, way I'm collecting is just the ones I like. I'm not going to get at the whole waves and shit, because there's way too fucking much now.
Yeah, I know. Just reading the non-wrestling that came out is just astounding.
Yeah.
I can imagine wrestling alone.
So, I guess we'll start off with the toys, so we can just get that out the way, and then we go into the pay-per-views and everything. So AEW gets their first wave of figures by Wicked Toys.
Yeah.
Wicked Cool Toys, that's the company's called. Jazzwares, which used to be a company with Jack's Pacific. They are known for their 6-inch. They do the 6-inch Fortnite figures.
Now I have a question, because that sounds really familiar. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, did Broski interview the head of that company, or one of the heads, like the lead figure guy?
That's not him.
No. Was he related to that company, or is that somebody else?
He was related with Jack's Pacific, but he was part of them like way earlier, during like the Titantron age.
Oh, how about that?
So like I think 1999 to about 2000 something. 2004, I think.
He's not involved with the new Wicked
thing,
right? Okay.
No.
Cool.
So Wicked Cool Toys did their first line of
I've never heard of them before. What, like, how do you know how old they are?
They're probably a recently new company. They probably did some minor things here and there, but they are known for the Fortnite figures.
All right.
Those are the only ones I know, like in my reality of things I see all the time on the toy aisle, is the Fortnite figures.
Okay. All right.
And those are just random shit. I kind of probably will get the Diesel ass cat though.
Yeah, I've seen that for the first time recently. Didn't know it was related to Fortnite, and then I asked myself why.
And Deadpool's in it too.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of tie-ins. There's the Thanos. You know, there's
yeah.
You can, if you want to see either one of them doing a Fortnite dance, it's a click away.
Yeah.
But that cat, what's up with that cat?
I don't know. He got steroids.
Does it speak? Do any of the characters speak? Do they have voices?
Not really.
So they just sound like angry, like preteens yelling at you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So the first the first wave that I was announced is Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, the Young Bucks, and Brandy.
From what I saw, they all look really good, and I said, except Brandy, her face doesn't look accurate to the person, but most of them have a stylized but very accurate look to them. I was like, that's pretty cool.
And then supposedly one thing I kind of they kind of got me annoyed already is they didn't mention it before they did the pre-order, and it kind of pissed me off when they mentioned it after the pre-orders went out, that Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes they have a chase, and
Mm.
only 1,000 of them are available, and you're not sure which one you're gonna get.
As in, it's like they're only making 1,000, but what's the special thing about
It
them?
has the belt.
There's a Cody Rhodes with the belt. Did he
No,
have that?
Jericho. Only Jericho.
Oh, okay. So
Cody
what's the?
Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes' alternate one is the Star Trek shirt.
Oh, I thought it would be bloody.
No.
That'd be great.
Yeah. They also announced the title belt, kids title belt that you could buy.
Okay. All right.
They actually have a authentic ring, and then they also have the action ring. So one aim more for kids, the other one's more for display.
Okay, I did see the ring.
The ring is huge.
It looks pretty cool.
Could fit a lot of guys in there.
Nice.
And then yeah, Brandy, Cody Rhodes, Young Bucks,
And
and
now I have a question for you.
yeah,
I got to see in some of the pictures that went up yesterday, and I guess the during the entire weekend, I saw Moxley,
yeah,
and I think I saw two other people.
yeah.
Oh, MJF.
Mm-hmm.
He's kissing his figure.
So they already have a wave two that they're planning out. So wave two will include MJF.
Wait. They've already gone ahead and just said,
Yeah, they have a wave two already. They have
uh,
that wave two coming out later this year. So a wave one is coming out June.
okay,
Wave two
okay.
is for later this fall.
Got you. Okay.
So wave two will include MJF, John Moxley, uh, Dustin Rhodes, Hangman Page, Pentagon Jr., Penta, Phoenix, and there's two more that are mystery, which I could possibly think it might be Darby Allin and Luchasaurus.
All right. All right.
I can see those two being, because they look like they're very toyetic,
Yes. Yes, they do.
even though he borrows his girlfriend's shirt.
I mean, look, I like it.
Yeah. Anyway, so they announced all those figures they're coming out. They look pretty decent. I may do honestly. I'll say these are the ones that I may pick out off of this. Penta and
Okay.
Phoenix, because I'm not paying $50 for the Mass Republic ones because they look exactly the same, and these are going to be $20. So I'm going to get these.
Okay. All right.
And they both have two heads. They have the gloves. They have the Cero Miedo sign. So I was like, all right, cool.
Wow.
Hangman looks cool, but I'm not a fan of Hangman, so I don't care for him.
Hangman looks like a sexy cowboy in that
Yeah,
picture.
he's like, yeah.
There's something weird about the energy coming from that figure, dude.
I want Moxley, but I think WWE did a better Moxley.
I still would get it just for the vest.
Yeah, he looks like Popeye.
I mean, he kind of does look like Popeye
Yeah.
now. I'm just saying.
NJF, I'm not 100% fan, so I could care less about that one. You probably get it. I don't know. I don't care about the Young Bucks. I won't care for those. I don't care for Cody as much either. I'll get Omega because I just like the jacket and shit, and
I
that'll
would
be the
just
only figure Omega I have.
I would get a Kenny for Kenny. That's
Yeah.
why.
And I got I pre-ordered Jericho and I pre-ordered Kenny. Those are the only two I pre-ordered.
Hmm.
But I will definitely pre-order Penta and Phoenix.
Got you.
Those are definitely ones I will get. The rest I could care less. Like honestly, if it tickles my fancy and I see it on sale, I'll probably pick them up. But it's nothing like I need right now. I really honestly want to slow down on the wrestling figures because it's getting to a point that it's way too many coming out at the same time.
We have everything, man.
So
just
yeah.
you said about what the event itself brings is that you start to realize, man, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah. So AEW figures look cool. It looks exciting. It looks like it's gonna be a fun things to find and everything like that. But again, if it's your cup of tea, you may like a lot of the figures. You may get the whole sets. I have a select few that I want, and honestly, I don't care. Like it's more like I want them just because the way they look more than anything.
Yeah,
And just to
I
see
get
it and give a taste of the unboxing and shit like that too, because I plan to open everything.
that.
Like even the WWE elites, and I think this is where my collecting going. I stopped getting popular guys, so I don't get Roman Reigns. I got one Roman Reigns. I'm never gonna buy him again. Seth Rollins, I have one. I'm not gonna buy him again. So like the big popular people, I'll have one and that's it. But my collection is more for the guys that like personalities that they don't get enough TV time, but they deserve the TV time. Those are the guys I look for.
I'm gonna buy a Shinsuke Nakamura figure to support him because he got slammed on a piano.
And busts it open.
Shame.
Fucking
Goddamn.
Strowman.
He's a he's a living legend.
He's a national treasure, and you treat him like shit.
Jesus.
Pissed me off. So like I look for like the minor card guys or just like unique looking ones like Lindsay Dorado and Kairi Sane look really dope. I kind of want that. They showed like a Ricochet and Velveteen Dream 2-pack. I kind of want that
I can see anybody
because
want
it
that.
has the Prince Puma pants.
Does it have the North American title?
No,
But they were both at one point North American champ.
yeah,
Just saying.
that was for the title too.
Just saying.
No, it was not for the title. It was not
You
for
know
the
what they
title.
should do? But this only adds to the madness of how many more figures. They really should just start capturing those NXT moments and making them all like
Yeah,
just a line
yeah.
NXT moments.
Yeah, it's a lot of things to fucking. It just becomes too much.
Because I want to ask you, because like you know who's crazy toyetic? Johnny Gargano, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't have as many figures as he has
Well, he's
outfits.
starting. He got two basics coming out, and he got his first figure last. So, and I think the basic he's getting is the Phoenix suit he did.
Because you know he's got an action figure looking body already, but like you put that dude in all of his takeover gear,
Yeah,
forget about it.
yeah. So talking about AEW, now we're going to WWE. WWE announced a lot of their elites. One of the big ones, front and center. They still have not showed the figure itself, but
Yeah.
he is. Everyone's looking for to pre-order his ass, and seeing where he's gonna be is Bray Wyatt, the Fiend.
Yeah, and I hope it's dope.
So the rumors are here, and I was telling you this before the cast restarted. Was there might be a chase, and the chase might be the Mister Rogers Bray Wyatt. I really hope
Mhm.
so, because I will definitely get those two.
That is probably the best idea I've ever heard. Please do this
But
immediately.
if they don't do it, the Fiend being a separate elite and then doing a package bundle of the Firefly Funhouse with the Mister Rogers Bray Wyatt would be perfect as well.
So
Kind of like they did with the Braun Strowman in the car.
the one that I see, because I'm looking through, I'm trying to find them. They're talking about they released pictures of everything that's supposed to be coming out
Yeah,
on the WWE website.
yeah.
But a lot of this looks like stuff that came out like before that.
They already announced a lot of half the things they
Oh,
showed.
okay. So it really is this many things that's a part of like the Toy Fair announcement, right?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, that's a lot.
yeah.
They got old school Randy. Like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff in
So,
here.
so they announced Elite.
Uh,
This is
Braun
Elite
Strowman with the trophy.
75.
What?
Yeah.
Christian with the goblet. What? Did he really have the goblet? That's
Yeah.
not. What?
Yeah.
Wow. Black variant.
I like the
Thug
black one more than the white one.
Black one. Professor Thugonomics is that? Wow.
So
Lacey
they're
Evans. Okay.
doing a decade of domination because it marks their 10 years of working with WWE, which is their line with old school Randy, Mark Henry, John Cena, old school Natty, and there's one more and I can't think of it.
Now we were talking about the Bray Wyatt. Now I see it says is a part of the Elite collection,
Yeah.
but I would just like to point out, hey, listen, we can't um not give them credit for at least going all the way because it does come with the head lantern.
Yeah.
That is even in toy form very creepy.
Oh, and
So
Undertaker, old school Taker. That's the decade domination brand
that's
owns.
old school.
And
Wow.
then you have Elite 76, which they announced with Braun Strowman shirtless with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal
Let
shit.
me ask you a question. Have you been keeping up with EC3, Braun Strowman, and Drake Maverick and their crazy adventures?
Nope. But
I've
I know Josh was like, yo, they need a YouTube channel.
if they look hilarious because I saw pictures of them with like heavy machinery and I
Yeah.
mean like flamethrowers and machine guns. What is
Yeah.
happening?
I don't know.
They should make the figures of those. Come on.
Yeah.
What?
So they announced, Elite 76. They have Braun Strowman with no shirt and the trophy of Andre the Giant Battle Royal. They have Christian, where you said with the gauntlet. They have a white and then the Chase variant, which is black and the green pants. John Cena Dugonomics. Lacey Evans, her first debut. And then Otis and Tucker.
What is that belt?
So you remember when they fought? When they're having a thing with Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan, and they were tag champs.
Okay.
So they beat them once. So they declared themselves the unofficial tag champions, and they made cardboard belts.
Okay. I missed that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then and then also Elite WWE also announced the return of the Legend series, which
Oh,
is gonna have Bobby Heenan in the Weasel suit.
oh, that's what that. Thank you.
They have Greg the Hammer Valentine, which
Why are his legs so skinny?
I don't know.
Look at if you can see the picture,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, his legs
atrocious.
are like he
Like
skipped leg
what?
day like every day.
But his upper body's so built.
Yeah,
That's not
he
accurate.
skipped leg day.
That's not accurate to the man.
No. The one that really caught my eye that I must have is the Razor Ramon.
That 5 o'clock shadow though is killing me, but it's pretty
But
cool.
that's how he looked.
No, no, no. Listen, listen. I agree. It's just killing me because it's funny to look at.
Yeah, and then the chest hair. They got the chest hair right.
Oh my God, he's got no leg hair though. What's up with that?
Nah, yeah. Did he have leg hair? No, he didn't.
I,
He shaved his legs.
no, no. I'm just saying. I'm thinking in retrospect, in real
Yeah,
life. Never had leg hair.
yeah. He waxed before the
Uh,
matches.
Smart man.
He just cut the hair, the chest hair.
Now, the next picture I see, they have a Sting. Now, which Sting is that? Because
So
he's got short hair.
So this is the Sting that first appeared when he first started doing the Crow gimmick, and he started just attacking NWO members out of the blank, out of nowhere and shit. And then they also did the fake Sting.
Let me ask you, because I don't know how many, because I don't know if they ever were like super accurate with all the Stings they made. Is this the first time they did like the origin of Sting, like the first?
Figure wise, yes.
This is
This
okay.
was the first gear, yeah,
Before the code, right?
yeah,
And even the Titantron, or the video of the crow and the music, it was just that dude was hitting you with a bat. Okay.
yeah. And this was even before he was wrestling as the character.
Not, wow.
He was just
Okay.
doing run-ins for like a year. Like he was doing like pop-ups here and there. He was not actually wrestling. And then when he got his long hair and he started doing his own design with the crow makeup, that's when he started actually wrestling with it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he did the
Okay.
Swiggles and not the
Okay.
crow because I think they probably got sued.
Yeah. That's very, very not not original.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they also have these ones called Beast Mode, Uncage Me, which is our mystery boxes that pretty much features a wrestler with a inner demon
Yo.
and shit.
Okay. I don't mean to cut you off, but what is this thing? Do you see it in your list? WWE Slambulance.
Yeah, yeah, it's an ambulance that you could beat up.
Yo, I cannot believe that's real.
Well, they did it with the Braun Strowman car,
You're right.
and the car
You're
broke
right.
down and shit. Yeah,
But you remember he tried to.
he
Did
flipped
they
over.
make the? Yes. Did they ever make the playset of the semi truck that he flipped over?
No.
That needs to be next.
Well, if you actually look at the commercial for, they actually showed the commercial at the toy fair, and you see the toy Braun Strowman lifting the truck.
Oh shit! Oh my
Yeah,
god!
so they kept homage to it, so it was cool. Um,
See, if I was a kid, I would want that.
Two things I say. One thing that I was saying was missing. Seeing that I feel like last year they WWE Elite announced like so many Elite figures. I think this year they just showing the finished products of these figures that are coming out in 2020. So those are the waves to expect, and then they have a shitload of basics that are coming out. Ali has two more. Nakamura has two more. Johnny Gargano has another basic. You're gonna see the debut of Bianca Belair as a basic. I think she should went straight to Elite, but that's just me.
He does not have one at all, right?
This is our first figure,
First,
and looks
okay.
really good for
It
a
looks.
basic though.
Yeah, I agree.
Is 100% like accurate with the hair and everything. With for a basic, I was like, holy shit! Like, why don't you just add one of her outfits and just make it a real one, like make it elite, because that looks like elite status.
You right? You right?
A rock. They have a rock one. I'm like, How many rocks do you
Yeah, I
need?
saw it. Yeah, the
See,
Rock.
this
That
is
was the
this is
pantsuit.
my little gripe with WWE, with the elites and the Mattel, and we've been saying this on the Major Wrestling podcast and everything like that. Why haven't y'all made like Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins another figure for them? Like maybe the WrestleMania moment or anything like that,
Like
because
they did the tag titles at WrestleMania in their hometown.
I know I like that's a moment I want. Like I will buy that. I will actually get that.
Yeah, so
Zack Ryder
cute.
has not had a figure since Elite 60, Elite 58,
Okay,
and Kurt
that's
Hawkins only has one Elite.
wow. Come on,
So
guys.
and these guys are fucking making money, man. They promote every fucking thing with WWE elites and everything like that. So why are you guys not really using them? Like they are very toyetic. Their costumes are really fucking cool. So why not?
Hmm.
Why are you not making them? I'm also surprised there's no New Day figures in this line of stuff.
Sure, I just realized that. Damn, damn, Kofi, you went from
Well, I think the last one he did was the WrestleMania moments, which came out recently. So
just saying he should still be
yeah,
getting fake.
yeah.
I thought things were supposed to change when you was the champ.
I know. And then you guys have like these awesome costumes and shit like that. Like you always have. I feel like the New Day. I think like just like Cena, New Day always needs a new figure every year, because
Hmm.
all the costume colors they change.
I think every 6 months. Why not?
Yeah,
You fit two sets a year. Come on.
yeah. I would like to see more of the ladies get represented. You still
I
have a
agree.
lot to do.
But I'm glad to see Becky is among a lot of the figures now because
Oh
she's
yeah,
in that. Would you say it was
the ultimate,
Beasts?
the ultimate. So then now
Even
you
the
have the ultimate figures too, ultimate
no,
elites.
no. I mean, even the children's one too. The ones that have like
Yeah,
these
beast
armor.
modes.
Yeah, like she's got one. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, okay, go ahead.
And then you also have the. Then you also, I was also surprised that this wasn't anywhere in the toy aisles. The
Hmm.
Marvel He-Man stuff, they didn't really show those either.
Are there any
I mean,
more that's supposed
no,
to
not the Marvel He-Man, the WWE He-Man.
WWE, man? Are there any more supposed to come out?
Yeah, there's supposed to be two more waves of them.
Really?
Yeah,
Shit.
the second wave, I think, it releases soon, which includes Rey Mysterio, Roman Reigns, a mimic, John Cena, which he's the opposite. He's like the
Bizarro.
yeah,
I
and
got you.
the many faces, New Day.
Oh, that's when the when,
That's the one I want. I think actually I kind of want Rey Mysterio because it's ECW Rey Mysterio.
really? That's
If the
very
costume is
specific.
yeah, his costume is ECW.
Okay,
So I was like,
that's pretty
holy
cool.
shit! Like, I think the guys talked about it on the cast too, and he spotted that out, and I was really looking at it. I was like, yeah, that is ECW Rey Mysterio.
Okay,
Look pretty dope.
listen, do it.
That's a lot of toys. And yeah, I was a little disappointed that we didn't really see those come out just yet. So, or they didn't announce anything new about those or anything like that. There was none really displayed. Maybe in the Mattel area, like they had a display, but not part of the WWE stuff. So I was a little disappointed that they didn't show that. Um,
Okay,
Other than that, that's pretty much all the stuff for
mm,
wrestling figures.
all right, no problem. I mean, look, dude, there was a lot of stuff.
Oh, this is gonna be a lot more on the next cast. But
Sure.
you stay tuned for it gets better. So we go more into Toy Fair about with Marvel, DC, Hasbro trying to take all my money,
Hmm.
NECA, Storm Collectibles, and every many more. They had everything. So we'll get into those on the Gets Better cast. Now we go back into wrestling. Let's start with the week in wrestling, and then we do finish off with the review.
Yes, sir.
That sounds good. Or you want to do the review first, because then we go into the current NXT kind of.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have NXT Portland happen on Sunday, which was kind of weird because that was the first takeover that was on a Sunday.
Big moves. I like it.
I was kind of a little sad that it was not on Saturday. I like it on Saturday because I'm off Saturday,
Oh, I got you. I
so
got you.
I could enjoy a beer and just be chill and watch it instead of having to go to work.
This is true. I mean, listen, I can't watch till the next day anyway. So
Yeah. But fantastic show. I think it was a really great show. I agreed with you with two matches actually that I felt like they could probably scratch out 5 minutes and still be impactful.
Mhm.
I'll say two matches. The main event and the first match. I think they could probably 5, even 7 minutes off the match, and I think you still would have got the point across.
I I would have to say for that final match that it felt like a victim of, and I hate to put it in such like blunt and not well thought out sounding
In less than
terms,
2 months'
but it
time,
felt
Riddle and
like
Dunn formed an
it
unlikely
fell
team,
victim to
forged
the
an even
indie
unlikelier
virus.
bond, and capped
Yeah.
it all off
It was like
by
17 super kicks in that match.
Yeah, I feel like independent. It felt like a crazy independent match, and I kind of started like losing traction for that match because it just went way too much, and then you started doing a lot of like impossible kickouts, and like this is when you start using the ring to your advantage instead of getting the kick out. Like if you're close
But
enough to the rope, use the rope to kick out or things like that.
it it made it seem less like um Champa was tough and more like he just was a human being incapable of sustaining brain damage for being attacked in the head so many times.
Yeah,
It was it didn't make it took me out of it because it was just like I felt more like I was watching a stunt show. Like look at this man get the shit kicked out of him.
yeah,
Cause when he just got decimated, dude.
yeah.
And when he gave it back to Adam Cole, it felt less like a wrestling match. It just felt like watch these two men kill each other for I don't know what, half an hour.
Yeah.
Then we're supposed to have you watch, the traditional wrestling run in, and it's just like, I got issues with that last match too.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
That felt, I'll put it this way. I'll put it this way. For how much you hear of Shawn Michaels and the old school dudes having hands on Adam Cole and what they do storytelling wise in that match, that felt like they just told him go out there and do what you do.
Yeah,
And he was like, I didn't teach you shit, did I? That's what I
yeah,
feel like if Adam Cole came back behind the curtain, he was just like, I didn't teach you a goddamn thing. Cause my thing is, when you learn from somebody who's as impactful as telling a story, you don't need to throw that many super kicks.
no,
Just saying. You learn the importance of one, and then you go to. I got feelings on that match, dude. Because when you fast forward to Friday on SmackDown, watch that tag match with the Usos.
mm-hmm.
They did so much, but yet did so little,
Yeah,
and I was just drawn into that match, and it ended with a super kick,
yeah,
and that felt more impactful than that entire match.
yeah.
And I'm just like, you took me out of that. That's my feelings on that match. Like, it
All
didn't
right,
do it for me.
so let's get into the review. Our first match was the North American Championship match: Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic.
And I would start right off by saying I'll give this match 4 stars.
Okay.
I loved it for the most part. Like it was good. I was about to give it the praise of being like the best of their matches, but I would say it's like the second best. I think that first one live on NXT was the best one they did.
Yeah, I agree. That was my favorite match of theirs so
They
far.
had the one before that started it, and then they had the live one, the first one, and it was like, holy shit, they brought it. And this one, like I told you, if like that power bomb at the end should have sealed the
Yeah,
deal, because it just felt like, and I kind of that was like the thing I was going throughout the night was like finishers don't mean anything anymore. Like at
yeah,
it for anybody,
yeah.
like come on, dude,
Well, the
what's
power
up?
bomb is technically not his like
But
finisher.
I feel like it's a move that should be able to finish a match because it's his. Oh shit! You see that move everywhere. It's the
Yeah,
Roman Reigns move.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the impact move. That's the move where every time we see it done, it's like, oh my god, holy shit,
yeah,
that person should be dead.
yeah.
I
And they
think.
bounce too. So I think that
And
honestly, I say that should be his finisher just because the effect. I like it
but
better than the powerful
I'll put it
slam
to
he
you this
does.
way, though. I'll put it to you this way. He did it twice.
Yeah,
That's why I think specifically it's like, dude, you should be dead. Can
Yeah.
we just seal the deal right here?" And then they went on and they had to do some more aerial stuff. And I was like, that's the part that feels like I understand why people get mad at the indie
Yeah.
guys, the Bucks, guys like that. I get it. I get it now.
Yeah.
It took me a little while, but I started to realize this is what takes me out of the match. It's like, all right, you guys,
Yeah. So
just
like yeah, I agree. I 100% agree with you. And honestly, what I would have done, and this is my take on what I would have done to maybe put more dramatic sense into it, is in when that first powerbomb hit, have Dominic barely kick out. Like he kicks out like at 2.9
Mhm.
and barely kicks out. So when he does that second one, you get the pin, but you have him kick out like right after like 3.1.
Yes, yes,
Just so
yeah.
the fact that it shows that he has fight in him left, but he just didn't have enough to get out that move.
But and I don't want to see. Look, people bring it up in light of that the documentary about the ruthless aggression era,
Yeah,
but that there's little things from each era people from the era are going to say about the one after it.
yeah,
They didn't remember how to do this.
yeah,
And so when I say that and talk about the attitude era or the ruthless aggression era in reference to what made it good,
yeah,
and this match in particular,
yeah,
what could have helped it just not lose me was the importance of the finisher. And I think it happened in that era, which was that when you did it the second time, it was usually after somebody kicked out, and it was a oh my god moment.
yeah. But
And it
but
sealed the deal.
what I'll give the old school like attitude and ruthless aggression era a bit more credit is that when they did kick out of the first one, like they only did it like at pay-per-views. They didn't really do it in like a regular match whatsoever. Like nowadays, we get it everywhere. We get it in the regular match, we get it in the pay-per-view, we get it in the match and overseas, we'll get it in the live show.
Yep,
Before, we only got it at the pay-per-view
that's what.
because
But
it shows that all right, the pay-per-view is the one and like this is where I have to fucking come in and give it everything I have. Like TV is
mhm.
a different thing, but the pay-per-view is like this is the must. And I
but
think that's what they did it before.
I would just use two people who effectively did something that it ended the match in a way that was just like you kicking. If somebody kicked out of a finisher, it was like, okay, I know that they're down on their last. I just gave them the most devastating thing I have. If I hit this again, no. And the other person at that point is either they're not getting hit with it or they get hit with it and it ends the match in a convincing fashion. And it's just
Yeah,
like, and I say Triple H and John Cena, two people that it's happened multiple times in pay-per-views. If somebody kicked out of the pedigree, Triple H usually just quickly grabs it. He has the holy shit, everybody's shocked and shit face, and then he just quickly grabs your ass, yanks your arms, and gets you again, and the match is over. And same thing with Super Cena, which is what, like, if anybody was to kick out of the, attitude adjustment, when he hit you with that super attitude adjustment, it was a wrap. Meaning the two finishers, like, I got to hit you with my strongest. We got to get you out of here. And it's like it meant everything.
yeah.
And it's like I feel like they blew a moment right there. That's it.
I agree with that. Like honestly, I feel like sometimes again they go, you don't know how like much of a kick out at 3 will impact a story
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like Austin, honestly, Austin's one of the few people that really talks about that.
Wow.
I
Okay.
remember him like saying, I think it was a WrestleMania match, and I remember him saying that he's getting tired of everyone doing all the same finishers and then just kicking out. Like you don't know how much of an impact you'll make is when you can't kick out, but you kick out at 3 and you just barely made it. And it
Right.
just shows the impact that you still was in the match, but you just couldn't get it there. One, you could have easily had Dominic Dijakovic get a standing ovation after that because he did not give up. He still tried to kick out, but he kicked out at 3.
I agree.
You still did it, but you could have did it better in that sense.
Yeah, I agree. And it's not trying to diss the performers or nothing, because that match was amazing. But it's like, again, the gripe is you took me out of the match. And that was like,
Yeah. I agree. I 100% agree, and I liked the match. But yeah, I agree with that. I was like, really? I was like, I agree with you with the second power bomb. Like that second power bomb should have again, how I would have did it if I was like taking booking a match. I would have had the first one, him barely kicking out, like 2.9, like
Mhm.
barely. The guy's hand is almost down, or at least have him like put his hand in the way or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Then,
yeah.
and then
Two
you
punches.
have him.
Oh,
Then you have Keith Lee kind of have like a heelish, like frustration. Not heel, but just frustration. Have him
yeah.
come
And it's
up,
like,
do it again, but this time he's gonna do it more harder.
but that's the thing is, see that thing right there is that's simple, but it's like that's what I'm talking about. Storytelling. It's not just two dudes in the ring doing moves until they can't do moves.
Yeah,
That's a fight.
yeah,
What you described is a fight.
yeah,
Like it takes emotion, and it's like that at the end, and it's just like, well, now I gotta squash you. Now I gotta outmove you.
yeah.
Is basically what it turned into. So
I think the way that we're talking about right now with barely kicking out and then kicking out at 3, I think when he if he would that would have happened, he would have kicked out. I think the fans would had more appreciation and would have been more like on their feet because of it. And then you just had them both look at each other, and then that's when you just had to squash the beef and handshake after that. And I think that moment would have been better if with that story being
yeah,
told.
that's true.
And again,
Basically,
I give everyone this shit. I'm not, and NXT, I'm very biased with. I love fucking NXT, and everyone knows that this cast itself, we give S's to NXT.
mhm,
But again, we have to be honest and we have to be straightforward with every match. And this is something that I say is lazy in a way,
mhm.
but I think you guys have enough mentality and how to read a crowd. You could have did it better, and I agree
Yeah,
with that. I give it a 4 because of that.
yeah. I give it a 4.
Next match, Dakota Kai versus Tegan Knox.
This is vicious, dude.
This was a, you know what? I one thing I would give this pay per view. I would not
Mhm.
say anything was under a 4.
No, I
I think
agree.
everything was a 4, like at
I
least a 4
definitely.
and up.
This match left an impression on me. It was just, oh my goodness. Like you,
They beat the shit out of each
there's
other.
a saying they, I was about to say, there's a saying they always have about the women when in fights is that, yeah, guys will beat each other up, but god damn, women will try to kill each other.
Yeah, and
And
that's where we got.
like you said, best friends. So they were going in. Like Dakota Kai is evil,
Yeah.
but damn, man, Tegan Knox is scary. That's all I got to
You know
say.
what this match reminded me of, and I'll give credit for that match is because it was kind of the same storyline. Shawn Michaels Triple H at SummerSlam when Shawn Michaels wore the jeans and shit.
I get it, I get it. But
It,
then it kind of ends with like a Shawn Michaels twist because then she calls in Diesel,
yeah.
the female Diesel.
Well,
Very
Rachel
good
is
call.
Rachel Gonzalez now. It was Raquel Gonzalez before because that's what Morero, wherever he said Raquel,
Damn,
but
is the
her
name
name was
changed?
Rena Gonzalez before.
Is Rena her real name or is that also a wrestling alias?
That's probably her real name, and then they changed it so they could sell
Gotcha.
her name.
Okay.
So it's Rachel Gonzalez now. She was the armadillo to Rhea Ripley's koala.
Oh shit, jeez.
Yeah, that's Rhea Ripley's like best friend backstage and shit.
Well, that's interesting because her best friend's an asshole.
Yeah, yeah, and yo, that table hit was hard,
It looked
painful.
vicious. That's all I gotta say,
Like
dude.
that hurt
Like,
my back. I was like, I need
I
like
was
icy
scared.
hot.
I'm scared when somebody pulls out a chain, and when
Yeah,
she pulled that chain from under that ring, I thought she was going to hit her like in the face. It sounded like, oh Lord, these girls are going to kill each other. You
yeah.
about to witness somebody die on TV? Don't do it.
I was very happy with this match. I'm looking forward to see more between these two and let them like really discover their chemistry because it was a good start. You saw the lack of chemistry here and there, but I think once you start getting them more times of in the ring, I think they're gonna have some memorable matches if they keep it up.
Yeah, But that I would definitely give it a 4 because it was very memorable and like it was again, it was a goddamn vicious ass fight. That's what you
Yeah,
wanted.
yeah, I
So
agree. Next match, I think this was my match of the night. Finn
and
Balor versus Johnny Gargano.
Jesus Christ, Finn Balor is so good.
So the example we gave for North American Championship match, I will say they did it right with this match.
Mhm. This was
Fuck
damn near perfect, I would
yeah,
say.
like Balor went to kill Johnny Gargano. I
Yeah.
swear, when he did the coup de grace to his stomach, I thought he shat his pants.
You might hear in a podcast in the future. Maybe he did.
Yeah, and then he that 1914 look, oh, no,
Vertical, dude.
1917.
I've seen that before. That was like straight down. Ugh.
That looked vicious as fuck. This match was really good from start to end. I like Balor when he's a technician. I like Johnny Gargano when he's a technician. It showed a whole different style of wrestling that we saw in the last two matches. We saw different in this match. They
Hmm.
did everything right with this one. I'm very happy with this match.
I would also say like I just love the amount of character you get with Finn Balor in the match and in any match in this state because with him as the prince, he's on his game at the top of his game.
Me too. I love it.
And at the top of his game means he has character, he has movement, he has nuance. Like he's one of the wrestlers that he reminds me of Bret Hart. He
Mm-hmm.
reminds me like The Rock in some ways with the character stuff where it's like he does little things, but he's when he's outside and he does like the tongue to the fans and
Yeah.
he's still got like little things and it's like that's his version of the eyebrow.
Yeah.
The but with Brett, it's like when he moves, look at his feet, dude. Like he's got some of the best in-ring movement out of anybody, period.
Brett was, I say, probably to this day, one of the greatest storytellers in the ring,
Yeah.
hands down.
He had a personal grudge, like you felt it.
Yeah, and you
Um,
see the viciousness, and that was something that I loved about this match. You saw the viciousness, you saw the hate between them. Their chemistry was a lot better than I thought it would be. I thought they were gonna like rub off wrong with each other, but they did amazing. Um, really did. I like the Carnage suit.
mhm, mhm.
One thing I would want different with Balor is change his theme.
I can see that.
Like I understand what you're doing with the theme, and I'm like fine with it because he kind of like fucks with the crowd. Like he'll do the lift up, and everyone's ready to do it again, and he's like with the guns, and he's like fuck yeah. But I will say change his theme. Like I think he needs a more harder, or more dramatic theme, and I think I one thing I would have done too, just to fuck with people, is just have like half his face painted,
Okay. Okay.
just to see just a devilish kind of shit. I don't know, but then again, when he's heel, he doesn't do none of the flashy shit. So I agree. I understand that.
The only thing I would give this match a 5, but I have to give it a 4.5 is because there was one thing that annoyed me during the match,
Okay.
and that is Johnny Gargano did not sell the leg. He pulled a Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
agree.
do you realize Finn Balor maybe took 5 minutes to destroy his leg, and
Hmm.
the entire end of that match, Johnny Gargano was fine.
Yeah,
I was like,
he sold it for like a good 5 minutes, and then he stopped.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. I'll give it a 4.75.
That's
Just
about the only
because
thing
that
I
was the
did not
only.
like.
I agree. That was the only gripe I had with it.
So other than that, for me, it was perfect.
Yeah.
That's a see. Look, listen. I keep saying it every time we have one of these, but there's always a match like it. For me, last takeover, it was Balor versus Dragunov. But I keep saying there's matches that are at these takeovers that are like these should be match of the year, dude.
Yeah.
That's fuck, and we're gonna forget that they even happened.
Yeah. So all right. I want to tell you my little like thinking where Balor would go next
Hmm.
after the Gargano fight, and seeing that what we saw happen later on.
Okay.
Just saying, NXT UK takeover is in Dublin, and Walter don't have an opponent.
Uh-oh.
Are we gonna get Balor versus Walter at Dublin
That
for
would be
the
cool.
NXT UK title?
That'd be cool.
I'm all for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe make him have it start creating a Bullet Club.
I would just like it if you won the title and then brought it back to NXT
Yeah.
and then just fuck people up with a different with with just some a different show's title on his waist or
Yeah.
around his shoulder or whatever.
The fact that it's in Dublin, I'm like,
Hmm.
interesting. They finished the storyline right
But
before they announced the takeover in Dublin.
you do have me thinking when you brought that up specifically
Mm-hmm.
that this is seems to be starting up the end of this is my speculation, the gold for the Undisputed Era,
Mm-hmm.
because I think he might be taking that belt away from Cole in the near future.
That's the reason why I think he's gonna go after Walter.
Okay,
I
I
think
see.
he's going for that NXT UK title because that one, that's a new belt that he never won, and two, they could wrestle any show they want. And the fact that it's in his hometown, he hasn't been to Ireland in a long time.
Yeah, I can see it.
Why
But
not have the biggest one of the biggest Dublin characters in your show?
so that's how they're doing the pay-per-views now. They've got a system where it's like they alternate between the two.
Well, they just added the UK. Like I didn't expect them to, because the last one time we got a UK after UK was like 6 months after.
That's what I
So
mean.
this
That's why
one
I'm
is very
surprised.
short. I'm all for that. Yo, if you're gonna give me more content on the network, then it gives me more reason I want the network.
Okay, good,
I'm all for that.
good.
But yeah, Walter Finn Balor. I said it here first, so if it happens, I want to check.
I got you.
I want $10.
Yeah, yeah.
But yo, that just hit my mind like right after this match, and I was talking to Minion with Opinion. Shout outs to him, and my godson Ryan. He started getting into wrestling as well, so it makes me excited.
Okay.
So I was just talking to him, and I was like, so Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano, I think is done. Like we ain't gonna get another match. He was like, oh, I don't know. But then after the pay per view, it was like, okay, so we're not gonna get another Balor and Johnny Gargano. So what's gonna happen with Balor? I was like, I'm just saying. There's a pay per view in Dublin next to UK Takeover. Walter don't have an opponent. He has an opponent in 2 weeks, but he doesn't have an opponent at that takeover.
I can definitely see it. But I know Finn Balor has unfinished business with Adam Cole, so
Yeah, but I think yeah, I can see that too. Maybe see. We'll see. See where it goes. Next match, NXT Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley versus defeats Bianca Belair.
mm,
I like this match a lot. I didn't like the finish.
I can see that. I can see
I
that.
felt like the finish took too much time, and I think that was my problem with it. Like, you took a good amount of time to try to get this move out that someone could have easily got out of it at that time.
Yeah, that makes a lot.
That was my only like really gripe with this match. Other than that, I really enjoyed the match. They got good chemistry. I'll give them that.
Yeah, man, they work really good, really well together.
They have good chemistry, but I think they need more. They need to slow down the pace.
But I think that the one thing that I really, really liked about it though is that if the both of them are really good at again the character work.
Yeah,
There's a reason why I like the women's division in NXT more than the women's division in on Raw or SmackDown, and it is with the exception of Becky, it's like the character work in the ring. Because constantly Rhea Ripley talks so much shit.
yeah,
She talks so much shit. And to that point, so does Bianca Belair. And it's just like, but they're in the midst of doing all this brutal, like they hit hard. They both are like the hardest hitting females basically on any roster.
yeah.
And they work well together. So everything was just smooth and it looked impact. It was just really good, dude.
Yeah, I
I
really
got
like the match. I like the pacing. I just say slow it down.
I get you with that last thing. Yeah, it was a little awkward, man.
I one thing I'll give these girls credit to. This is like probably the first time we saw like a test of strength in the women's division.
Mhm. All right. All
I'll give
right.
them that much credit. Like they show their strength. Like I'm stronger than you. No, I'm stronger than you kind of shit. We don't really
Yep.
get that in the women's division.
They don't really use. They
Well,
haven't
I
yet.
don't
They've
think
yet
they
to
really have
utilize.
many people that could do that. That's why.
I was about to say, yeah, they've yet to utilize, for lack of a better term, the big woman.
Yeah.
Because like, listen, Nia Jax is the only woman that was like in the weight class to
Yeah.
be considered a big woman.
But now you
But they,
have Rhea. Rhea's a big.
but
Rhea's a tall
so
and
she's
big
like
diesel ass chick.
she's like in the class of what would be like a Scott Hall for women because she's not quite Diesel because
She's
that's
like
the
Baron Corbin.
no, I think she's more like because isn't Scott shorter than Baron
No, they're the
Corbin?
same height.
6'8"? Is
Yeah.
Baron Corbin
Baron Corbin's
6'8"?
6'8", yeah. So
Damn,
Baron
so
Corbin moves like a big man, but he can move fast too. Like he works a big man, but he moves fast.
all right, all right.
Very similar to like Kane. Kane works a big man, but he moves fast.
Mm-hmm.
I give them credit. Like it gave you a different dynamic in the match because Bianca Belair also is a big woman.
So, but she's more of like and I don't want to say a Mark Henry type but her feats of strength are the same type of a Mark Henry. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like the power lifting, the press,
yeah,
just powering out of your moves. Like it's really cool, man. So
yeah,
more of them in general. I don't like I told you before this, I didn't care who won,
yeah,
but we all know this was heading towards the Charlotte match.
yeah,
And the end of the match, we get more story, so I'm
yeah,
all for it. She waited till the end. She
yeah.
didn't even ruin it, so
Yeah, I was happy with it. Also this weekend NXT, we are going to see Charlotte versus um, Bianca Belair at
and
NXT.
they set that up. So
So good job, good job. I really good. I give it a 4.
I give it a 4.
I would say there's some things that could be changed and could do better. I did not like again the finisher. I felt was too slow and it didn't go with the story. I understand why they did it on the top rope, but I think it would have moved better with it. It was just too much delay on it. That was my only thing.
That's why I advocate for wrestlers to have unique finishers at different positions.
Yeah,
Don't try to do a super AA.
yeah,
Not everybody's John Cena. Don't do
yeah.
it.
Next match, the Cruiserweights defeat the Undisputed Era and become NXT Tag Team Champions. Um, so this match as well, I liked the match, but it had the same kind of feel of the Donovan Djokovic and Keith Lee and the Adam Cole and Tommaso Ciampa. A lot of kickouts, not a lot of teamwork kickouts, and that was my little gripe with this match.
Okay. Yeah. I the one thing I would say is that it did start to drag on just a little bit, but it wasn't boring or anything
Yeah.
at all. So
Yeah, and again, we were watching a lot of matches that going straight like full 100% power, and sometimes you do have to slow it down. Sometimes you have to work a body part. Sometimes, especially you're a tag team, you work the body part twice, and like have both people working on it and things like that. Um, there was a lot of running around, a lot of things going on, but when it comes to like the pinfalls and things like that, there was a lot of kickouts and less like team helping and things like that. And this is why you have a tag partner. The tag
mhm.
partner should be helping more. Tag partner should be doing a lot more things in that sense, and that would be my gripe with this match. Other than that, I did like the match. I think they actually work really well together. Um, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle. I think they have great chemistry. Even as singles competitors, I think they all could have one-on-one matches and be fucking 5-star. But I think again, slow down the pace, work a body part, really start telling stories because this is the thing about what we're talking about, especially in this pay per view, is the fact that lack of story is throwing us off these matches.
Yeah, it's like let's throw everything in the kitchen sink.
Yeah,
It is a wrestling match now. All
yeah.
right, all
So
right.
I agree. I like the match. I give it a 4 again. But I had my complaints in that sense. But I'm happy the Bruiserweights won. I do like their chemistry. It reminds me of like a Booker T, Goldust, Daniel Bryan, Kane kind of.
Well, I listen. I can't. Nothing is Booker T and Goldust. That shit was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's a fun storyline, and that's what I mean by it.
Do you remember he was in the bed and then the light went off and it cold
Yes.
up? And he turned the light on and it was cold up. Come
Yes.
on, man.
Yeah.
That's a level that has yet to be breached.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I gotta give credit to Drake Maverick.
Yeah.
He got his ass whooped in his underwear.
Yeah. Yeah.
His
He did.
belt stolen.
Anyway. Yeah. I give it a 4.
I would give it a 4. Like I had so many uh just moments where I was just smiling because my MVP of that match was Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
That dude is amazing. He's another one. Just his personality comes through in all of his moves, his counters for everything. Like he's never a dude where he can fight people like even Walter, get slapped up and still like have a convincing comeback just because like he's got grit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And he's the MVP. I love that match. So, but it was a bit exhausting.
Yeah. I got
I mean, I
exhausted.
will say, hey, Matt Riddle has a hell of cardio because he can run from every side of that ring back and forth and lift 2 men. I cannot do that. So, props to him. But again, it felt like kitchen sink. I'm throwing everything, and it's like, well, kind of feel like a stunt show.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. Like again, some things that could really work for your matches is if you just slow down
hmm
and really work the tag moves, because you guys have cool tag moves too. Like, but I like them when they actually are fully good and don't botch. When you're rushing, you botch.
true that. True
So
that.
I'll give them that. Last main event, NXT Championship. Adam Cole defeats Tommaso Ciampa with the help of Johnny Gargano. Dun dun dun.
What?
It's not over.
I'd love to understand this, but we'll get our reasons in the future. We'll
Yeah.
see.
So Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole. Sorry. You
How
want to
many
start this
shots?
off?
How many shots did never mind. I'll save it for you. I'll save it for you. I'll ask questions later. Go ahead.
So this match again, kind of the pattern throughout this night is a lot of things going on, but not enough story.
Yeah, I was expecting this to be the match of the night.
Yeah.
I love both wrestlers, but it just came down to 17 super kicks.
Yeah.
And why doesn't this man have permanent brain damage? Like, at what point do you expect me to believe that you're not kicking him full blast in his head? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be made. What is? Am I to believe that Tommaso Ciampa's surgically repaired neck is able to withstand another grown man with incredible thighs like Adam Cole kicking him in the head at full force
Yeah.
that many times during the match? Like,
Yeah, I kind of got off, especially again. I know his injury was the neck, and you doing a lot of things towards his neck, but he's not really selling like if his neck hurt or he keeps getting up in a certain way and things like that. And it was just like I kind of got thrown off the story. Like really think about what the match was, and I'm just like, yeah, this could have been a lot better if they actually just went more creative with other things and instead of just doing the same stuff over and over.
yeah, less is more.
Yeah,
Especially to two dudes that have had matches that have included that,
yeah,
but have also incorporated. Because with DIY, you do get your periods of hyperactive offense,
yeah,
yes, but it's always like inside of a well-paced match. Now, that's not to shit on this match, but there's a certain part where that tempo just takes over, and it's just like I can't.
yeah,
The entire beginning of this match was amazing, up until the point where I say about where they start going outside,
yeah.
and it's just all types of this shit in the match, this shit in the match, and it's like God damn,
Yeah.
all right.
And I felt like they took too long to add the interference. They took too long
Yeah,
for some of the story stuff.
this felt like what it felt like. Maybe there was some Triple H and HBK stuff in it because it felt like a late part of the Attitude Era, like the end of like at the end of a Stone Cold match where he just got his ass beat for 15 minutes and then this dude just come in and fuck him over. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like that's kind of what it felt like.
yeah. Same here. And then you had Johnny Gargano taking the title from him.
Yeah, it was like damn it, and then Vince came out and was like, "Nope, you're still not gonna win." That's what it felt
Yeah,
like.
and then he whacked him with the title, and he was like, "It's not over yet."
I will say, and that is my favorite part of the match, though. I
Um,
like that part.
so I give this a 4 as well.
I I give it a 4.25 because it put me on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It took. I love the beginning of this match where Tommaso Ciampa was just like spanking this dude.
I'll give you that. 4.25 sounds better.
Like
I'd like the match, but again, it kind of like within like 15 minutes in the match, I kind of got thrown off.
it took. Yeah, like again, if you had cut 5 minutes out again, like it was such a good. It was such on pace to be like a classic wrestling match. And I hate to sound like I'm looking for a score every time I watch wrestling. But you know what I'm saying
Yeah,
is my thing is you're going too long and doing too much to it's just like all right.
yeah. Again, sometimes less is more, and that's something in wrestling that you got to realize that is probably some of the things that you should look at. Some less is
No,
more.
okay, Mark, here's one of the things I think it might really be a generational thing. It's not that we're old school and we miss a certain thing. It's kind of that they have evolved it to a point where they think that this is the norm, that you're supposed to do that many moves and this many this and this many, and like you have to hit a number to make the fans happen. It's like, no, you don't. That's almost what it feels like, felt like the pace for a lot of the matches was like they were trying to hit a quota.
Yeah.
You know, it is messed up. Like,
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree with you. Like it
like,
just
no, we're here to see you do what you do the best. But it almost felt like they had to like, well, they're not gonna fucking call this. They're not gonna remember this match if I don't do this. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
And I feel like it's crowd pleasing more than it's actually telling a story.
yeah, yes.
You want the crowd to pop more than you want the story to be told.
Or at least to remember the match almost,
Yeah.
because I know that we live in the era of, like I said earlier, we're not gonna remember these matches unless we go back and look at them. So I feel like they want a moment.
Yeah. This is you know what? This is my prime example. The Gargano and Balor match. When Balor hit that coup de grace, the crowd went silent.
Yeah,
That's what you want.
yeah.
And then he didn't pin him. He picked his ass back up to end him.
And that pin,
Balls to
that
the face.
yep, yeah, dude.
He teabagged him.
I
He
ended
literally
you. You are
teabagged him.
dead.
He did
You are.
Halo. And and
Uh,
but the response to the crowd is what you want when you're a fucking heel.
that should be on a t-shirt.
The balls to the face.
That pin should be on a t. Yeah, it
The
should be on a
teabag.
t-shirt.
The Balor teabag.
No, you know what it should be? It should be a collection of all Balor's pins on the way to him becoming champ again, and it just be him just disrespecting everybody.
So you had that one like front and center, and then you had all the other ones behind it,
Yeah,
just
all
so
of
you
them.
see the teabag on Johnny Gargano.
Yep, I'd
That's
buy
fucked
it.
up.
Day one. Pre-order.
And it just says Balor 2 teabags.
Too sweet.
He likes his tea. He uses two
Well,
tea
too.
bags. You know what's funny is the fact that he does. I remember him on. I think it was Renee Young's Unfiltered show
Okay.
on the network, and she had an interview with Balor, and he had a cup of tea, and he said, "I use 2 tea bags because it gives me more. It gives me more caffeine." So he split her tea with her. So he gave 2 cups, and he poured the tea for her and gave her one of the bags.
That's
Two tea
funny.
bags. That's where I get it from. Anyway, overall, I say the show was 4.5, 4.75. It was a really good show. Again, I think they just gotta slow it down, make more story, less things to people to pop, and more things to people go, oh shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because again, you going AEW, this is exactly what they do, and I get thrown off their matches like halfway because of this. So like, I don't want this for NXT. I know you guys could do better
Yeah.
with that.
And then again, it's not nothing I saw was bad. Nothing I saw was like, oh, this looks sloppy.
But it
That
just got
might be
tiring.
but it's like, yeah, once you just take me out of the element, that's kind of what we watch wrestling for,
Yeah,
to be drawn in.
yeah.
Like, I just watch two guys in underwear and
Balance
beat
for
each
a belt.
other up. No, it's like when people ever ask you how do you watch that? It's fake. It's because no, you know the two guys in the ring or two girls are telling a story through
Yeah.
violence. And it's like that's cool.
Like you like Marvel movies? They do the same thing.
It's true. But they get to talk. I can concede you get more of an explanation of as to why.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about wrestling is you don't have to show them all the fucking packages
No.
and all the stuff. If you say that guy doesn't like this guy and say that's why,
Okay.
watch this match.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you said you showed Tommy like some NXT matches
Yeah.
and like he was drawn back in.
Yeah.
You didn't sit there and show him a package and tell him sit there and watch this produced thing. No,
Yeah.
watch
You
these
know who
matches.
I think was the one that got him in? Ricochet.
So,
Because the first match I showed him was Rey Mysterio versus Ricochet from Lucha Underground.
wow. All right.
And he was like, "Oh shit, who's this guy?" And I was like, "That's Ricochet. He does like Japanese." At the time, he was in New Japan, but he just came to WWE and he did matches. So the first takeover he watched was the Velveteen Dream versus
Oh,
Ricochet,
talk about telling the story in the
and that
ring.
sold him. That sold him 100% of NXT, and then he liked NXT. So when we do like pay-per-view events, he will come for NXT.
Okay. Yeah. But
So
again, that's the point. It's not to say we don't like what we see. It's just like there's a specific thing that we came here for. And it's like,
yeah,
we got most of it, but that took me out.
yeah. I guess we go through the week of wrestling kind of fast because we are going a little long because we had a lot to talk about.
Hmm.
But Monday Night Raw, you want to just do the what your highlights were instead of just going through the whole show.
Sure. No problem.
So I'll say one of the highlights for me was I was really surprised with the Alexa Black and Eric Rowan match.
Yes. That was my match of the show. Well, listen, I would like to give full credit to Kyrie Sane and Natalia.
That was a good match as well.
I love Kyrie Sane.
Me too.
And I'm a unapologetic fan of Natalia, so
You know, I need a new figure of Kairi Sane because I got the pirate and now I want the Simigami.
wow, okay.
I think it's a
Oh,
Simigami. That's what I'm calling her. Simigami Kari.
do it. Get it.
That's what I'm calling her. It's like Hakage. I call Ms. Hakage Ms.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if they haven't called it that online, what are they doing?
Xavier Woods did.
Well, they should be calling it
Yeah,
that
so I,
online.
ke- I keep that on. I thought that was a highlight. Randy Orton attacking Matt Hardy. That whole promo I thought was great. I feel it's a little waste of Matt Hardy because Matt Hardy could do so much more with the storyline and he could add a lot more if you just let him.
Well, 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 he is.
Yeah,
He has been reincarnated.
yeah.
So this kind of has more story unfolding offline. I mean, online, but not on the
Well,
show.
hopefully they actually use it in the show because
That's the
I
other
like to
thing,
see
right?
Matt Hardy on the show.
That's the other thing, right? If they
Yeah,
just say, "Hey, no, we don't need you,"
yeah.
then
I get disappointed because I think Matt Hardy's better than a lot of people, and I think he could add so much fucking creativity to the show that you guys don't let him. And I was like, I've seen the creativity he has and like what he thinks. I think honestly, everyone says Jeff Hardy is their favorite and shit like that. I was like, honestly, Matt Hardy always been my favorite because he always found a way to be creative. And the broken style was one of them. If you remember the iconic from Impact, that was a great storyline too.
see, I didn't. I have
He
to get
made
to.
EC3.
I didn't get to see all that. Do they
No,
have a way to watch like old
YouTube.
Impact?
You could probably watch it on Matt Hardy's YouTube actually, but
Really? Wow.
so when he did the iconic Matt Hardy, he was like he was the champion and thought he was the better champion than everybody else. He was like, I
Mhm.
have this money, I have this, I have a wife, I have a beautiful wife, and things like that. And then when he lost his title, that's when he became broken because he took the main thing that he loved away, and then he became broken. And
Gotcha.
then he started the broken storyline, and then he started taking the rights from Jeff Hardy. And that storyline, I'll say it was probably one of my favorite storylines, and that was the only way I would pay attention to Impact because of Matt Hardy.
And that's pretty cool. That
Yeah, that
that
whole saga was
you.
so good.
I hope he goes to NWA. I'm just saying.
I think that's where he fits. I don't want him in AEW.
I would just like him to reconnect with Billy Corgan.
Me too.
Let
A
those
hundred
two
percent.
guys do what they do. Because
A
if
hundred
that's what
percent.
came from it, all right, let's go.
100%. 100%. Yeah, Drew McIntyre MVP. Eh,
That was actually funny. I like the two
yeah.
guys, so for me, seeing MVP get murdered, it's fine.
We did say the Kari Sane versus Natty. That was actually a really good match. I wish I actually had a win and loss, but it was a good match nonetheless because I like the fact that she knocked her out.
Yes. This is,
Um, the 24/7 title thing, Riddick Moss,
well,
R-Truth,
Oscar
whatever.
knocks. We gotta give credit to Oscar because she
Yeah,
kicked in the head.
yeah, she
Yes.
kicked it directly in the head. Riddick Moss, R-Truth, Mojo Riley thing was funny.
Oh, that was poor Mojo. He can't catch a break.
Yeah,
That's
R-Truth
just gonna
should
be
have.
his character, isn't it?
Yeah. Decent promo by Shayna Baszler. I just feel
Really,
like.
I would like to give props. Damn, I don't. Go ahead. Go ahead. I
Go
want
ahead.
to find our Truth's new song.
Oh yeah, he has a new music album, a new music video out. I don't know the name of the song.
Dope. I like it.
It's like Code Red or some shit.
I'll find it for you. Go ahead. Just
Um,
on the
I thought
cyclone.
this was kind of weird seeing Bobby Lashley, Angel Garza, Rusev, Humberto Carrillo. Just the tag team didn't make sense, but whatever. It was okay.
Yeah, there was a story with Lana. Wasn't it Lana and
And
they on the
Zelina,
commentary talking about it?
yeah, Zelina and Lana were talking shit, and they were trying to like up each other, but it wasn't really something that made sense. It was just like thrown together, and I was like, meh. The ceremony, whatever it's called, it was the same shit that was happening last week. You're getting a little too repetitive with the storyline with Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins and all of them, and I'm kind of get thrown off of it.
Yeah, that is one of the things that I don't like is that they still have that habit of making you watch the same thing week after week after week
And
for
you have the
no
talent. It's not the talent anymore. It's like you have the talent in the storyline. You're just not using it in the correct areas to use
exactly
it.
exactly.
And but I do like the Street Profits interfered, and it actually gives you a new breath with Seth and Murphy versus Street Profits at the showdown. It's gonna be interesting.
True. This is true.
Other than that, Ricochet for Carl Anderson was a solid match as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Move on to NXT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
NXT had actually quite a few good stuff going on with it. Um, oh, let me just get it real fast. You found the music video yet?
You know, we post a lot of stuff. I will say shout out to Sheldon Benjamin and Lillian Garcia.
Yeah, that was actually a really good interview. We'll go into that with the podcast section, but I'll go more into what that they did had a really good conversation about it, and it was I think domestic abused month or some shit like awareness
Okay.
week, and Mia Yim had a crazy story about her domestic abuse, and Shelton Benjamin was one of the people that saved her and shit, and
Hmm.
it goes really into it. Honestly, look up that podcast because if it actually is happening to you, don't let that fucking shit happen to you, and give them a call and make sure you're safe and shit like that, because one time is not an excuse.
Yeah, this is true.
Simple as that. I know a lot of people that know a lot of girls, a lot of friends that dealt with it, and I know I try my best to help them out as well. But it's a crazy situation, especially when you think someone loves you and they abuse you, and it's not even just abused physically; it's abused mentally as well.
Yeah, you're right.
And
And I found the video. It's "Set It Off" by R Truth,
yeah,
the official music video
yeah.
for World. It premiered on World Star Hip Hop. So check.
NXT has some fantastic matches this week. Definitely watch it if you didn't get to. We started to show off his Velveteen Dream on the Speeder era. I love the story. I love Velveteen Dream. He's a
Yes.
presence that just
Welcome
keeps
back.
on giving, kind of thing. Welcome back. NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Jordan Devlin and Leo Rush had an amazing match. Jordan
That was
Devlin.
my match of the night, dude.
That was a fantastic match.
Really good.
Really good match. Really good match. I liked how Jordan Devlin caught his finisher, and
Oh, that was so slick, dude.
yeah, fantastic match between them two. They have good chemistry, so I hope to see this match again eventually down the road.
Yes, sir.
Tommaso Ciampa addresses Johnny Gargano, action and stuff like that, but he didn't get an answer what he did and everything like that. Grizzled Young Vets defeated Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wild. I thought that match was pretty
Really good.
solid.
I mean, listen, the more Joaquin Wild, the better.
I hate him. I'm gonna punch him in the face. I
Shit.
I hate that shit.
He's gonna go
You
flying off in
know, he be
the
having a great match, and then he's like, I'm like, I hate you.
How
Like,
dare you,
stop
sir?
that shit.
Dare you
Hope you get hit in the balls by
get the air
Hornswoggle.
raid.
Hope Hornswoggle beat you up
I mean, that would be hilarious.
with
I'm
his
not against
doodoo
that.
hands.
Just headbutts him in the crotch. Okay.
Yes. NXT Tag Team Champions, the Bruiserweights, defeats Orny Larkin and Danny Burch. I actually like this match a lot. This was actually a really fun match.
That was very good. I love player one and player two.
Yes. North American Champion Keith Lee defeats Kona Reeves. Why can't we have the finest actually have a good match, man? Why are you fucking with the finest?
My biggest disappointment of the week. Finally, just gets
I got hyped when I heard his theme too.
yes.
I was like, yeah, we gonna get a match. He got his ass
That is
handed to
really
him,
good.
man.
That's gonna be the theme this week. All
Give
right,
Kona Reeves a push.
push Kona. Let's do it.
Push Kona. You know what? Put him in the tag team with Velveteen Dream. That would make the finest dream.
Well, okay. You said it.
I don't know.
Before it happens, you said it.
Yes. But yeah, I was a little mad about that. Oh, sorry about the Tommaso Ciampa thing. Austin Theory was originally supposed to fight in that match, and then he started jumping on Tommaso Ciampa, and Ciampa fucked him up. And now they have
He,
a match.
bro, he threw him into the guardrail like 15 times.
Yes.
That poor guy.
Austin Theory versus Tommaso Ciampa this week
That's what
on
happens.
NXT.
That's what happens when you get your super and you
Yeah.
use it outside the ring.
Yeah.
Different move. You could just do it forever. All
And it
right.
turns yellow.
I can't counter it.
You know what would be cool if a wrestling federation does this when someone catches the finisher and it does the and the
Oh
like
shit. Okay.
just on TV. Just show add that effect on TV. That'd be dope.
Yo, some federation need to do some production stuff on. Yeah.
I think like that's something that Lucha Underground should have done.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then have the blood.
Yeah. Let's make it happen. Somebody.
You had Chelsea Green defeat Kaden Carter, but you had Bianca Belair interfere, saying that you don't go here and challenges Charlotte Flair to a fight.
Yes.
And then our main event, Velveteen Dream versus Roger Strong, which I like the match a lot as well.
Oh my goodness. I would just like to point out shout outs to I think it's Nia Jax's fan page or something. I'm on the wrestling I was about to say wrestling Babble. I'm on the Cyclone Twitter.
Yeah.
And then showing the when her and Tamina entered the elimination chamber.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Iconics.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta put that out. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Where they at?
I missed the Iconics.
Where are the Iconics?
Supposedly
Please.
they're supposed to get repackaged.
All right.
I'm like, I don't
Wait,
want them
separate?
repackaged. I like no, they're gonna be a tag, but they're gonna get repackaged. I'm like, but the Iconics, you didn't give them a chance to be the Iconics. They're great. They're good. They're good. They're annoying, and that's the reason why they're annoying. SmackDown, I had my issues with. I thought 2 matches of this show were fun, and the rest was.
Nah, true enough. True enough.
Show started off with the New Day and Usos. I like the promo. I like the team up. I kind of like the little. We are better. We have one more title kind of shit. I was like, ooh, yes. Show
Okay.
that.
I like it.
And then Miz and Morrison, I think they're great heels. I think them working with the New Day, I think is going to be a great thing because I think they're going to deliver a lot of great matches. Then you have Ziggler and Robert Roode joining them. So you have the Usos New Day versus the Miz, John Morrison, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode. I was a little mad that Otis didn't interfere and beat the shit out of Dolph Ziggler, but I guess we're going to save it for another day.
You know what I like?
He should have just sat on him.
Wow. Damn.
Like,
All right.
just hands closed and just sat on him.
That's brutal, dude. That's like on some Mortal Kombat X-ray shit.
Yeah.
Just smash him up against the wall and sits on him.
I feel like that could have been a reason why like New Day and Usos won is that Otis comes out like outside the ring and just like cross bodies him or some shit just to fucking just get mad and with his belly out and all.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's true.
Or at least Tucker.
That's true. But he doesn't seem like the violent type.
Yeah. You had Braun Strowman and Elias defeating Nakamura and Cesaro in the Symphony of Destruction match. As dumb as it sound, it was actually a really good match. It's just a lot of bad things happened in this match.
Yeah, it was highly entertaining, but we paid the price for our entertainment, right?
Yes. Get better, Shinsuke.
Damn, I didn't see that. They have a picture of it. I don't really
Yeah.
want to see it.
He has it on his Instagram. You see the stitches in his head.
Jeez.
Yeah, I knew it because it was not like it was actually probably actually a real fucking piano they went through. They
Hmm.
both weigh a lot, so they were gonna
That's
break
the
it.
thing.
But I
That's
knew it was gonna happen.
They didn't. It didn't even collapse, dude. It
No,
just he kind of bounced off of it,
yeah,
and you see the dent in the top. I'm like, ugh.
I felt like it was not gonna break even. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew someone was gonna get hurt by it.
Well, shit. Like I said, it didn't even break.
Yeah,
That's the thing. It
and
was
you saw the
terrible.
welches on Strowman's back when they suplexed him on the base. You couldn't predict where the like at least when you break a table, it breaks within, so you could kind of predict the break. Sometimes accidents happen, but you could most likely predict the break. When it comes to things like that are round and things like that, you can't predict the break, so you're gonna get hurt by it no matter what.
And I assume if they just figured his big ass back, it wouldn't matter.
No,
So
he was bleeding too. He was bleeding on his back. Elias was bleeding on his back, but it was a fun ass match. I love
shit.
Sami Zayn. I love Cesaro. I love all these guys. Just do a better, make him defend that title.
You're right.
The IC title has not been defended, even in Ron Strowman. Yo, Sheamus wants it. Sheamus, go kick Ron Strowman in the face.
Exactly. Well, he's got to worry about applauding Shorty G and
And
Apollo Crews.
right, I was like, but they're not gonna do nothing. Go for the IC title. Go kick him in the face. Dare you? Double
Yeah,
dog dare you. You beat Big Show. You could take Strowman.
this is true.
So go after him.
But it was again. We got entertainment,
Yeah,
but we paid the price.
yeah. We got the Bellas twins and the Moment of Bliss with Alexa Bliss. Pretty much, just talking about they got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Hmm.
I've never been a fan of the Bella twins, but I get it. I understand it, and good for them.
Yeah,
I don't
I
have
mean,
much
look,
of an opinion with it.
they're both retired. They're not coming back.
Yeah,
They've done a lot of.
they're both pregnant.
They made sure to mention that.
Yeah,
But they've done a lot for the company. So listen, they have their own TV
yeah.
show and brand and all that. Listen, let them do what they do.
I feel like they did a good way of helping the women's division get noticed. Is the fact that they with that TV show really helped the women's division get noticed.
Hmm.
It helped them a lot because it gave them more personality and it brought a whole different crowd to watching wrestling.
I see that.
And I give them credit for that. Like I give them where credit's due. I give respect where respect is done. Do I have a favorite match? Not really, but I understand. I understand.
They were actually really big at a time when I wasn't watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Period. So, well, yeah, not
I'll,
not the not Raw or SmackDown.
I will say I say Nikki, maybe the Natty Nikki match when SmackDown first started with Daniel Bryan as GM.
Okay,
I'll say that was probably my favorite match of Nikki.
gotcha.
Brie, I have no clue. So, yeah. Anyway, they're in the Hall of Fame. Congrats to them. You saw Birdie. Yeah, she's so cute.
She
And then you
looks
saw
just
Daniel
like her
Bryan.
father.
Yeah.
Just,
And he had Daniel Bryan come out, getting ready for his match. He fought Heath Slater. I wish the match was slightly longer, but it was solid. I think
that
Heath.
was funny, dude. You gotta
Yeah.
mention the backstage banter.
Yeah,
You
that was
called me when
funny.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And he said, "Are you ready now?" I'm always ready. Oh my god, he's funny. He has such good timing.
I
Put him in the right
I
situation.
want to see Drew Gulak versus Daniel Bryan, so hopefully we're getting that.
Oh shit. Also happy to see Drew Gulak.
Yeah, I thought he would be out for a little longer, um, for other
Hey, he's his
issues.
own man, and he's a good dude.
Yeah.
So good to see him.
But Daniel Bryan, Heath Slater, fun match. I like that this dude was on Drew Gulak was on the commentating. They did their match. I again wish it was a little longer because I know Daniel Bryan and him probably could have good chemistry, and they have fought before with Nexus and all that shit. So
I just like how he came out swinging.
mm,
He got some offense in.
yes, he got chubby. He's not on
Hey,
TV enough, so he don't care.
He's taking care of them kids,
Yeah,
and nobody makes them cry
yeah.
except him.
One thing I was reading that WWE is loosening up on the script promos and shit. So hopefully it starts getting these guys with characters, really able to say what they want. Like Heath Slater could go on the mic, and he's really good on the mic. If you give it to him, he's a funny guy. He's a very good, fun character. Let him be who he is.
Yeah, I listen. I appreciate just him on screen, dude. Like
Heath
he's
Slater needs the title
underappreciated.
run.
He is very underappreciated.
He needs the title run. The rest of 3MB got a title or going to get a title.
He needs one. Um,
Jinder got one. Drew McIntyre is the only one that's missing.
you're right. You're right. You're
He's
right.
about to get it.
Man, when's Jinder coming back?
I don't know. I know he had knee surgery, so I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Um,
Drew McIntyre's first opponent is not Ricochet,
it's
but
Jinder
it's
Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
And then Heath Slater comes in, and I'm one man. I made you both. And the first title defense at what will be the pay per view after it? Would it be Backlash?
Okay, I'll take it.
Heath Slater, 3MB fighting for the WWE title, and
Yes,
Heath Slater, Drew McIntyre, and Jinder Mahal.
do it.
Okay. We got Naomi defeating Carmella for a the number one contender spot for Super Showdown. That's
Mm-hmm.
next weekend. Well, next Thursday actually.
Okay.
Coming up. I had issues with this match.
Yeah.
It was like water and oil. The chemistry wasn't there. They had good spots, but again, sometimes when you don't have the chemistry there, you gotta slow down. And I feel like both of them don't know how to slow down.
I just felt like once they hit a speed bump in the match,
Yeah,
I had a little hiccup, and it was like it just felt like it didn't really recover. Like it just felt off. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I agree.
It threw like the energy off, and it was
Mhm.
like, I'm just waiting for this to end now.
Yeah. But I'm looking for Naomi versus Bailey at Super Showdown. See what they could do. And
Hmm.
then, last but not least, we had Goldberg come out and saying that Bray Wyatt's next, and the Fiend.
This is probably one of the most entertaining anything that involved Goldberg.
Yeah,
So
Fiend comes out. He says hello and spears the shit out of Bray Wyatt.
I loved it. I loved it.
And
They had the little construction nod at the beginning. I'm making space.
yeah,
You're not making anything for me. I'm like, oh, okay.
and then one thing I liked about it was if you actually hear it, the Fiend was laughing.
Mm.
So goes to
We'll
show.
see what
He
happens.
said I eat those, but give me a second because it hurt. I'll go through AEW really fast. Not a lot happened. We had a tag team battle royal for number one contendership for Revolution. Young Bucks won it. The tag teams include SCU, Angelico, and Jack Evans. Dark Order was in the crowd. No, Dark Order was part of it. Santana Ortiz. And one thing I'll say highlight that you should see is the super kick that Sammy Guevara took.
Did you see the thing I retweeted with
Yeah.
Matthew with the X-ray from Mortal Kombat?
Yes. That was good.
Yo, he looked like he died.
Yeah. You had Shanna versus Kristen Statlander, nothing special, but pretty much you had Britt Baker talking shit and like doing her promo. She's got to get better with the promo, but she was okay. She wasn't that bad this time. John Moxley again, Jeff Cobb. He beats Jeff Cobb and the Inner Circle jump him. One thing I don't like, you bring in a guy, he should get the win and not lose.
That's true.
Kenny Omega and Adam Page defeat the Lucha Bros. If you watch one of their matches, you watch them all. They all pretty much the same.
It's becoming, isn't it?
Then you had Cody versus Warlord in a steel cage match. I honestly predicted this. I was talking to Minion with Opinion, and I predicted how he's gonna win the match.
Okay.
I was like, he's gonna backflip off the cage. That's what's gonna happen. And he did, and he broke his toe doing it.
So I thought he was gonna do I thought you were gonna predict the ring, because they made the ring a plot device,
Yeah.
a weapon, if you will.
Yeah.
So
But it was an okay match. Warlord was kind of a green. He's not that great. He looks a lot smaller than he does in the suit. So I was like, he doesn't look as threatening as he does when he's in clothes. So I don't know. But it was a decent match, a decent story going into it. I feel like the story of Cody and MJF has been going along for like 2 months now, and it's trying to build to the pay per view. But I'm kind of getting bored of it, so I just want the end of it to happen already.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a solid show. Solid. I'll give the show a B minus.
Okay.
They did a decent job.
Sounds like it's been better at least than the past few shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been picking up. It's just like I feel like certain matches I have to skip because it just feels like the same thing. So if I see one, I see them all.
Mm.
So that was the AEW little review and all. Last but not least, let's get into the podcast we listened to. There's a lot of things out this week that are very enjoyable. Like, Chris Van Vliet having Tyler Breeze and Sean Spears on. Very good conversations. Very nice to see where they're at in their careers now. You also have the YouTube video of him getting the chops, which was fucking hilarious.
That looked brutal.
Yes,
That
it did.
picture was like, damn, son.
I will say listen to the Shelton Benjamin and Lillian Garcia podcast,
I
Chasing
agree.
Glory.
I agree.
Was very good, and I agree with him. He should be on TV.
Yeah, but I let him do what he do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They put it again. He's another victim of these scripted moments.
yeah.
I bet.
So let him be what he be, and let him do what he does.
Let him have Shelton Benjamin moments. He
Yeah,
made that a thing. Remember?
yeah,
He was the golden standard.
yeah.
Damn it.
So I hope they do more with him. But it was a really good conversation. Also, like we were talking about earlier, the domestic violence week and everything like that. He goes into the Mia Yim story that she actually said on the same cast, Chasing Glory, about what she dealt with and everything like that, and how he protected her and how he just opened his house to her and things like that, and it shows the relationship they both have. Um, it's a really good story. I honestly would say listen to Mia Yim's first and then listen to Selston Benjamin. Say, it's a really good conversation.
Hmm. Gotcha.
New Day podcast is always fun, always funny. They had Mega Ran on this week.
Yes, sir.
It was a good fun cast.
So
And then after the bell, you had NWO, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash.
I was gonna give him a little props. Like, don't if you don't know who Mega Ran is, he is a video game based rapper, and you can catch his stuff on YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. But like, he's really good friends with Xavier Woods, and they kind of go into some of that stuff.
Yes,
So
it was really good, really fun cast. I'm actually looking forward to next week's Mosley. That's the dude that does a lot of their costumes and shit.
yeah.
Them two are really big friends, and they do all the cosplays and all that shit together.
Mm-hmm.
But Mega Ran was pretty cool. Like, I got me kind of like seeing what his music was all about. Like, I probably listened to some things here and there, but I never actually really listened to it. So I went on Spotify and I found like a playlist of his, and just to see what was good of his. And I like the Mega Man mixes and shit.
I'm a fan of his Final Fantasy album. I purchased that I think last year.
Okay, cool.
So
Might like that. And supposedly he's supposed to have a New Day song.
can't wait. Can't
But
wait.
I understand why they didn't use it. I do understand why they didn't use it.
Why wouldn't they not have owned it?
No, it was just the fact that WWE wanted the introduction. They wanted the Big E
Oh, okay, okay,
introduction for Kofi Kingston.
okay.
So that's
Under-
the reason why they didn't use it. They wanted that classic. They wanted that feel the power and all that shit because Big E gets that crowd fucking going. So I understand why they didn't use it.
all right.
They could have used it afterwards,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
but like a transition to a new theme and stuff, which is weird because no one really gets new themes anymore. Like we barely hear new themes. Everyone stays with their same song for a long time. Remember we used to get new themes like every 5 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Some of them were bad, like some of Stone Cold's. I can't
yeah.
stand some of his
Stone
like
Cold.
past,
Yeah,
like what was it, like SmackDown, like maybe in the late 2000s.
yeah,
Or, excuse me, early 2000s.
yeah. I agree. I just like the Disturbed one. I think that was my favorite one of Austin's.
There's one that when you hear it, it sounds like just noise.
Yeah, that was
because
his heel one.
the instruments they use when you blast it, it sounds terrible. Like I'm sure when you listen to it
Hmm.
comfortably, sounds all right, but it translated terribly on TV.
It was his heel one when he was with when they were the 2-man power trip.
Okay.
That was the one. I hated that theme. Everyone hated that theme, but that was his heel theme. Yeah, I remember that. It just sounded off. What his theme was. Like when you
Hmm.
listen, you're like, "The fuck is this?"
This is true.
That was that thing. Yeah. Anything else after the bell with Scott Hall, Kevin Nash? Pretty good conversation as well. Um, that's all I listened to.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Busted Open stopped putting their stuff on Spotify and then, well, not Spotify on Podbean. They stopped putting their stuff on there, so I don't listen to Busted Open anymore. Because SX radio is expensive.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't listen to Tommy Dreamers because sometimes he puts me to sleep because of the way his voice sounds. I miss Edge and Christians.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I miss Edge and Christians. But other than that, like, yeah.
No, I didn't hear a new. There was no cult this week, so I didn't hear him. I heard After the Bell, so that's about it. I heard After the Bell, New Day. Same thing.
Like
Same
New
thing.
Day, I'll listen to tonight because they usually put their podcast up like at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'll listen to it at work.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
That's usually what I do. It's like I have my earbuds. I pop one in. I have my head carrying, so you know. So if you talk to me, I'm just like thumbs upping you and like leave me the fuck alone kind of thing.
Give away all the secrets.
Huh?
I said, don't give away all the
Yeah,
secrets. You never know
exactly.
who's listening.
Exactly. So I don't do that. I listen to everything you say. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Actually, you know what? Let's see if before we end. Again, Super Showdown's coming up this week, and see if they actually have the full card, so we can just run through it real fast, so we don't have to do anything next week. Showdown, 2020. Well, we know Goldberg versus Bray Wyatt is a match that's official.
Yes.
Matches. Here we go. So far we got 7 matches for this event. I guess we'll just pick our wins and losers, and then we go from there. The New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston versus Miz and John Morrison for the WWE Tag Team Championships.
I wouldn't mind if Miz and Morrison won.
I wouldn't. I think this is. I think that will be the only title being changed tonight. That night.
I still think the Goldberg is gonna win.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Okay. So I got. You know what? I'll keep the New Day with the titles. Actually, I'll give Miz and Morrison, so it gives the chase to the New Day. They could be 8-time tag team champions at WrestleMania.
True enough.
Maybe
they'll put a match with that.
They're coming for you, Charlotte. They're coming for you. Brock Lesnar versus Ricochet, WWE Championship match.
I'd love it. I'd personally love it if Ricochet won, but I do not believe Ricochet will win.
If Ricochet actually has a match with Lesnar, I think that's the win.
What? You think he's gonna win?
No, if he actually has a match, like is actually a competitive match, I think that's a win.
If he doesn't get murdered in the ring,
yeah.
Okay.
If it doesn't only take 4 seconds.
Okay.
If he actually has a match with Lesnar, I think we all win.
Yeah.
So Lesnar, I got with Lesnar.
Yes, me too.
Roman Reigns versus Corbin in a steel cage match.
I feel like there's no end to this.
Yeah.
They will be fighting each other for eternity.
I got Roman.
I got Baron Corbin because they need to keep this story going. It's just gonna keep going back and forth until WrestleMania. I think this is gonna be a WrestleMania match.
It needs to end. I
think it's gonna end at WrestleMania.
I think we've seen. I think this is the last match. I think this is the last one, and the fact that they had the pay-per-view coming up, they made this one last one.
I thought that about the dog food match.
Yeah, me too.
But you know what? Here we are.
I got Roman winning.
I got Baron Corbin. Okay. We're gonna keep it rolling.
The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Goldberg.
I think Goldberg's winning. Disappointed all the fans.
I got the Fiend winning.
You have more hope than I do.
I have to. One of us has to.
Like just the way things have been going, it's just like I feel that they still, as much as they love the fan reaction to the Fiend, when it's time to do what the machine wants to do, Goldberg's gonna take that belt.
AJ Styles versus Andrade versus Bobby Lashley versus Eric Rowan versus R-Truth versus Rusev. The gauntlet match for the Tawai trophy.
Is it a brand new trophy or is
Yes.
it
They
just?
have like trophies every fucking year.
I think. Hmm.
I'm gonna go for R-Truth.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
Like honestly, I feel that it would be surprising enough, and I think the crowd would eat it up.
Okay. All right.
And then we have the women's SmackDown Championship match: Bayley versus Naomi.
It would be interesting if Naomi won,
Yeah,
but just the way things are, I don't know. I think I'm feeling that Bailey's gonna hold on to that
I
belt.
think Bayley retains.
You think so? Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Bayley retains because again, you rather have the babyface chasing to Mania than the heel going for the title at Mania.
Or if
It makes interesting
I don't
conflict
see,
when you have a babyface chasing.
I just don't see any clear like plans after that. Maybe it would be Carmella Naomi. A little. She wants to
Maybe
get
a
her foot
three way.
back.
Maybe a three way at WrestleMania with Bayley, Naomi, and Carmelo.
And then where does Lacey Evans fit in the picture? Because she's gonna come back at some point
Probably the female battle royal.
soon. So I don't know.
The female battle royal at Mania. I think she'll win it.
But like definitely, like I said, I think Bailey's gonna keep it.
Me
So
too. Seth Rollins and Murphy versus the Street Profits. This is a hard one.
it would be something if Street Profits won. I'm just gonna say that. It
I
would.
I want Street Profits to win just because I feel like Seth Rollins and Murphy should not be tag team champions. I feel like they both should have singles titles in their
Oh,
group.
okay, okay,
And the fact that they do have a tag team in their group that should be going for the tag titles. But I
okay.
think this match could be a hell of a match.
It could be a hell of a. It's gonna be. I know it's gonna be exciting.
Because one thing I'll tell you, and I'll tell you this, one of my highlights of Monday Night Raw every week now, the fact that we see Murphy wrestling every week, is his
Mhm.
selling.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
takes a DDT like no one else. The last person I saw take a DDT like that was Neville.
You're right. You're right. That's crazy.
So I take that. That's our Super Showdown
Uh,
predictions. And we're going to wrap this up.
yes, sir.
This is the Wrestling Babble Podcast. Every Sunday around 12 o'clock, we go live on YouTube and we have our wrestling discussions. Feel free to ask questions while we're running the cast because I'll try my best to answer it. You might distract me, but I will try to read it because I can multitask. My head is like when it comes to that. I'll like, all right, I forget about the question. Like, I'll actually respond like typing more than I'll respond on the cast. So I'll try my best. Follow us on our social medias. Mark with the Mic I have on SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitch TV, our Facebook groups, the Red Cyclone Inc. and the Wrestling Babble pages. My Twitter, Tumblr, all Mark with the Mic, and Instagram, Mark with the Mic. I've been posting up all Toy Fair news on my Instagram and on the Facebook pages. I know I told you and I warned you there's gonna be a lot of toy previews on this page on this day because Toy Fair. So suck it up. I warned you.
Get it. So get ready.
Yeah, there was so much news. So follow the Recycle Inc. Where we're at.
Make sure you follow Recyclone Inc. on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. Also, you'll hear these podcasts on SoundCloud and YouTube.
Yep.
Also Recyclone Inc.
Yes.
What else we got? A WordPress. Don't
Yes.
forget about that.
Stay tuned for our live it gets better I swear podcast coming up next. We do have Morphing Cast, Shell Shock, and a not a Trekkie cast coming up very soon. I'll be recording them next week, so we'll have them up probably within March. Because those will be the March podcast. Because we gave you all the February ones this month.
Yes, sir.
Listen to Jetman. Jetman podcast was actually quite fun. Watch it. It was really good. And yeah, like, subscribe, share, share with your friends. Peace out. Laters. And that's all I got. Watch it. Hey, watch XFL. Watch
Forget the
XFL.
sandwiches.
Don't forget the sandwiches and watch XFL. It's actually really fun. Peace.